There's a few little quirks in there that we just hit very close. A couple of them, maintenance and supplies, we were a bit off.
Oh no, public safety under October, the bottom, $450.
Deputies for Hazel Day, Lori.
Gotcha.
You got all the answers, don't you?
No.
Just that quick.
She's just that good at her job. She retains the stuff.
All right, any questions regarding the year-end statement or the previous month's statement? Okay, if no questions, they're going to stand approved. And we are to old business. And does anyone have any old business?
I would like to see what we found out about the half-uncovered well over on the 3rd and Callaway.
Went by and looked at it and stuff. It's got a concrete cover
Right.
that's over it that's been broken.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's pushed together, there's about, so much of a gap there on it.
But if it's broken in half, like even a 7-year-old could move half of that, you know. I can understand if it was all the way together, but
We may want to, either us or the water district, and we probably could do it, is have an ordinance that says that if you have something like that, that it has to be
there's just
filled in
so many
and
kids that
covered.
run around that little area right there that
Well,
Our ordinance covers unsafe conditions.
I
Yeah.
would just hate to wait till something happened, you know.
Did you send a letter to the owner?
I don't think we did, because I just went by and looked at it and saw it was covered. You know, if they didn't move it, it's fine. But now if they go and they remove it, then it becomes an issue. You know, we may need to have, you know, it's sometimes better to lay things out as an ordinance saying that we want you to be able to do this if you have an old well that needs to be fully covered or filled in or something. If we have it as unsafe as Janice brought out, I can certainly ask that they do it.
Yeah, because it really does need to be covered all the way, especially if it's broken in half, because it wouldn't take anything to move by half of that piece.
Is in someone's backyard.
Yeah,
Well,
it's,
side
well,
yard.
yeah, it's right on the side. I mean, you can see it right when you drive by it. It's just right
In
there.
the interest of public safety, why don't we just buy one of those concrete covers and put on there?
We could, but is your issue they might remove that too?
No.
If it's one that's, because we've got one over ours that's completely, I mean, it's solid. And,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, my kids can't even move ours because it's so heavy.
And not only that, if you're worried about it moving, it's being moved, you can fix it where it won't be moved. Just take some posts, you know, those iron posts, and drive down there and just bend them over, one here.
What is-
Three of them.
What is down below?
It was there when we.
Is it just stone, concrete all the way across?
It's concrete, tile well, that's what it is.
Well, could we
They're
have,
usually about that thick and they're completely round. It covers the whole thing.
could we have a metal? Could you have a metal, like a sheet metal, cover put over the top of it, have constant screws to
Who owns
the, to
it?
there? And then you can't pull it off unless you pull the tap on
Yeah,
it.
you could do that too.
Then they come out a little cheaper than a full concrete slab go up.
That's right. Okay, so are you recommending that we send a letter and ask them to do that, or are you saying that we do that? Because I think that should be private property's
Yes, it should.
responsibility for them to do
If
that.
they haven't responded to your letter, though, I'm just saying in the interest of public safety, you know, safety of the
Haven't
children.
sent a letter yet.
I thought you said you had.
No, we just went by, looked at it, just saw the crack that was there, made sure it was pushed back together and had it covered. So,
I'm gonna try a letter first and see
Okay.
if they fix it. If they don't fix it, I'm just saying that we in the interest of public safety, I don't want to correct it.
Okay, all right, thank you, Michelle. Any other old business?
The report is still being
Put together?
put together and worked on.
Okay, no,
And
Rick wasn't here, you just
I
said.
really wouldn't,
Have you made any progress at all?
yeah, but I was looking, if you look at our budget, we really don't have the money to do nothing to it just yet, so if, so that's what I was just kind of dragging my feet about the money part. Just kind of dragging my feet about the money part.
All right, Royce, you want to go ahead and
She
wait
has
till
some
Rick?
filled out
Suggestions,
any.
we might could find the money.
Yeah.
If you want some
Megan said she wasn't gonna fill out any things for grants, so.
You want to go ahead and defer this report until perhaps next meeting?
Please.
Okay. All right, any other old business?
I did call Rick and he's
I didn't hear the first one when.
next month.
Okay. All right, into new business.
Okay.
Yes. Anybody have any new business before I get into this one?
Rick Bennett, Richard.
Only thing I'd like to bring up is there's been several places around the city that have been brought up as being messy, storm cleanup not taken care of, several things in general. I think I've got about 4 or 5 places. I don't know if we need to look into that, but I think a couple of them have already been asked on several different occasions to take care of it. And since they don't want to do it, we need to come up with some way to either get it done or
We'll send him a letter,
send them a letter,
an
court
official
order.
letter. And then we'll turn it over to Gene.
Gene the dancing machine, right
That's
there.
right.
We'll get him.
Actually, some have already had letters, some have already had the sheriff's department
Oh,
visit them
beautiful.
twice and gave out one of our little official Hazel citation warning things. And so we're at a point right now, at least on one in particular, that it's going to require legal action. And we were hoping we could get through with one legal issue and then jump on the next one.
Right.
Keep our legal fees down as much as possible. But yeah, I'm aware of one in particular, and I know of another you mentioned about the storm damage and stuff that needs to be cleaned up. But I see them working on it. It's just such a slow process. The
Right.
one I'm thinking about is just taking a lot longer than you think it would. Okay, thank you, Scooter. All right, we have on for new business. Several years ago, we had a lease agreement for the property in between the City Hall and the 641 Water District, in which Gerald and Sharon Ray leased that property. And they have a business there. It's been there for over 5 years. And it is time for renewal. Now, part of the contract has a clause in here which allows, in fact, the only people on the council at that time was Lori Lynn, because I wasn't even on at that time. But Lori Lynn remembers this, and there is a portion of this in which Gerald and Sharon wanted in there, and the city wanted in there, which gives them the option to be able to renew the lease if both parties agree. And Gerald and Sharon are here tonight, and they are making it known that they would like to be able to renew the lease under the same verbiage that is in here from the original time, and wanted to be able to get the council's opinion on how they feel about it being renewed.
No
Are there
changes.
any questions?
Any changes?
No, they said they will go with the original language that was in the original lease agreement. So,
How long does it, what's the time on that? 5 years? Oh, yeah.
for the renewal, will be another 5 years.
I think they're a great asset to our community. I love going over there and getting ice cream, even though somebody tries to drop it every time he tries to put it in a cone.
Sprinkles.
It's still good. And I love their cards. I mean, I don't want to see them go. I'd like to renew their lease.
Second.
I think we're in discussion right now. Out of order. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Oh, well, did you want me to make that in form of a motion?
Sure. In the discussion before she does this. In the discussion.
You'll go get rid of the Tennessee stuff.
Then you'll vote for it if he does that? I may go along with you on that one, but, okay. All right, there's no other discussion. We have a.
I didn't hear you.
Lori, if you'll make that into the form of a motion in renewing the lease or opting for the clause that renews the lease for the additional 5 years.
Just put in your motion that all the council members get free ice cream coming.
Could you also include mayor on that too, Joe?
And
And firemen and sheriff's department.
and Tom.
I'm just kidding.
I move that we renew Gerald and Sharon Ray's lease on the cabin with no changes as it states in the original lease agreement between the Rays and the city of Hazel, with a provision that Joe Thompson gets free ice cream.
All right, striking the very last portion of what she said.
Yeah, straight.
We have a motion.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, it passes. Okay, 729, good. Trying to think if there's anything else we need to, might do it. From last meeting,
Y'all didn't hear that, did you?
I didn't hear nothing about no California cowboy.
Hey.
I like this. Order. Just to give you information from regarding the lawsuit, I'm not going to close session for this. I have spoken with Mr. Coleman, and he has assured me that he would be speaking to Mr. Haverstock and to see if there will be, if we will have the opportunity to be able to get together and to be able to discuss this. It has not transpired yet, and but when it does, we'll know if we have it. Then I'll give you an update on if it does or does not. But that's basically all we have at that point on that. I can't think of anything else you don't even know about. You know about the decorative light. I think
Has
that's
the
it.
upside down Hazel sign been corrected?
Perhaps we should get a report from the director of the Hazel Street Department, Mr. Ray.
I think it has.
It has been.
I'm pretty sure.
The director and his trusty assistant
I was just
did take
looking
care of
at
that.
They said, huh?
Okay. And there's nobody here, no one's here tonight in regard